start dreaming of wayward things, all in hitching my way, go to stars and pinching my hands till I'm sure that I'm still alive, watching the sand slip through my fingers. I've been abandoning safe bets for fleeting highs, hoping the ocean won't take much materialize too soon.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Guten Morgen.
Guten. No. Goedemorgen. That's German.
I know, but it's closer to you than here, so. They probably thought they were coming to see a movie. And they were like, sorry, it's our faces.
How is it to be a writer?
It's great. I don't know how to do anything else, so I feel lucky that someone wants to pay me to do this. You don't have to get up early in the morning. You don't have to put on, you know, a suit and tie, or really anything other than our pajamas.
That's sometimes true.
It's great, and then you get to, you know, if you're lucky enough to write something that people read, you can leave your house once in a while and go talk to them about it.
Or like us, you can stay in your house and talk to people about it. Like right now.
We haven't left the house in 12 years.
It's wonderful to do what you love for a living. I will say that. Because we love being writers and because we love to write, it's really thrilling. And even though it's difficult, it's extremely rewarding. So I think there's this expression in English, and maybe it's the same in Dutch, but they say that if you spend your life working a job that you love, then you've never really worked a day in your life. And I think I just butchered that, but it's something like that. And I really think that's true. I think that's true. I think if your job is doing something you love, then it doesn't really feel like a job. It just feels like fun. So I think I'm constantly grateful that I get to do this for a living.
Some days it's pretty hard, though. Some days it's like, I really have to go write, and I don't want to, and I don't know how to make myself, and I'm not allowed to go on the internet, I just have to write. And so sometimes it feels like work, but mostly we're just grateful.
I'm always grateful, but it's also always hard, I think.
Yeah.
But I think it's rewarding in that way.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Sanne. I'm also from a book blog, depaginaomslaan.nl. And I have a question for you, Tahereh. Is Ransom, is he more like Warner or Adam?
Well, I feel like answering this question is a little dangerous. It depends on how many of the books in the Shatter Me series you've read. If you've only read the first one, and I compare Ransom to Warner, then you'd think that Ransom were a terrible, evil, monstrous person. And if you know, and then like, and then Adam is sort of, you know, if you read the second book, Adam spends most of the second book like really upset and kind of in there's difficult situations, and so then you'd think that Ransom were this like angsty, sort of dark, hurt, uncomfortable person. And so I feel like he's neither one of those people. I think he is, I guess he looks more like Warner, because he has sort of blondish hair and greenish eyes.
Is he more like Genji then, maybe?
Kenji's so brothery.
Kenji's based on my brothers, very much based on my brothers.
That would be awkward, guys.
No, I think Ransom he's entirely his own person. I think he's everything wonderful about Warner and everything wonderful about Adam and everything wonderful about himself. So he's entirely his own
Very
person.
flattering. And you did a great job of answering that question without spoiling anything from the book.
I can't spoil anything from the book. That is the difficult part here. But I see what you're asking though, and I just want to say that he is very dreamy. He's my favorite fictional character and non-fictional character.
Very cute, thank you.
Oh, it's really a love interview, huh? Oh, now the flower. Oh, it's getting better.
Obviously, your books are inspired and influenced by photography, but I happen to know that you're also really into film, and I was wondering, did film inspire or affect your books as well?
Yeah, probably, but it's hard to point to any particular films that inspired anything from the plot or anything like that. But I've always loved like smart, suspenseful horror thriller type movies, not the like gross blood fests, but subtle, smart, creepy movies. And so I think I was trying to do that to some degree. And I've always loved stories, whether they be books or movies, about people who discover other worlds that are hidden within their own. So, yes. I mean, I went to school for film, and I always wanted to make movies, which is combining words and pictures. And since I wasn't able to go be Steven Spielberg right after I graduated from film school, writing a book like Miss Peregrine was a way to combine photograph, pictures and words in a way that I found really satisfying.
My question is, how do you both write the books, like in which order, like like the way it's chronological, or just you write different scenes and then when everything's written, it'll fit?
That's how I write. I write in chronological order. I know there are lots of authors who write a little differently. I know some authors who write their favorite scenes first. Some authors who write the kissing scenes first because they like those the best. And then they just sort of piece everything together. But when I'm writing the first book in a series, that first starting book, I like to let it be kind of fluid and dynamic, and I like to meet the characters and really understand who they are and explore their story in a dynamic way, in an unexpected way. It's almost as if I'm reading a book for the first time and I'm learning something new about the characters. So I don't like to outline too closely, and I just sit down with that character or that voice in my head, and I just write from start to finish and ask myself questions as I go, and the story develops from there, usually.
I have to write in chronological order too. I'll often, as I'm planning a book, think, oh, in the middle of the book, this thing should happen. That will be so cool. And then by the time I actually get to the middle of the book, I've written the story in such a way where that scene's not even possible anymore. So if I were to, eat my dessert first and write my favorite scenes first, they'd probably just get thrown away anyway and be really annoyed and frustrated. Mm-hmm. So I have to start at the beginning and go to the end.
Everyone has very different ways. We have so many writer friends, and it's always fascinating to hear how everyone writes their books, and everyone does it a little differently. Mm-hmm. So there's no wrong way to do it. It's just
we're like snowflakes.
It's a creative, it's a creative process.
Time for a quirky question, Lauren. You remember Lauren, of course.
Mm-hmm.
You do?
Oh wait. This was in the bookstore where I drove Tahereh because she wanted to see you, Ransom, and we were like, "What's going on?" Because I had to drive you to Ransom, so there was kind of something there, probably. But there was Lauren, and she was asking, like really weird questions. Do you remember?
Yeah,
yes.
Would you rather have
spaghetti
legs?
Wiggle arms?
There it is.
Like onions for the rest.
Well, here she is again. So be prepared. Huh? I don't know what she's going to ask.
Lauren meow.
Lauren meow.
Hey.
Meow.
Wait, I need to remember. This is a really hard one. Would you rather have 10 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck?
10 duck-sized horses. That's easy.
Yeah, that's so cute, right?
A horse-sized duck would be really frightening. But little horses are cute.
Tiny baby horses. You could play in cute. I want 10 duck-sized baby. I want baby horses now.
Thank you for an easy question.
Yeah.
I just had one crazy one, but can I ask you another serious one?
Okay.
We're ready.
When you first started writing your series, this is for both of you,
did you already know how it's gonna end?
No.
Oh, I knew. You don't know every single detail, not really, because you like to leave things a little open and fluid, and things change. I did know generally how things would end after I finished writing the first book.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I have big plans, and then they don't happen. Because I always think of something better while I'm writing.
Ransom is currently writing the third Miss Peregrine book, so good stuff is happening. Very excited.
Girling on the inside.
Me too.
Okay.
Stay doctor.
Hey. Fangirling is a condition.
So,
My question is, what is it like to write a sequel with such high expectations?
No, please.
To the both of you.
I'll start since you seem reluctant. I feel like my expectations of myself are always higher than anyone else's, and I try to lower everyone else's expectations as much as possible prior to coming out with something. So then if anyone likes it even a little, they're surprised in a good way. But it was a lot of pressure, but mostly pressure that I put on myself, because I don't ever like to feel like I'm repeating myself or being stagnant. I just started writing books. Hollow City is only my second novel, so I want to feel like I'm getting better as I do it.
I had a slightly different experience with the sequel, not so much. The second book in the Shadowy series, because it's still the second book, and there's still time for people who have strong opinions about how they think the series should end. There's still time for them to have hope that things will turn out the way that they want them to. But with the third book in a series, you suddenly have built up a lot of expectations, and there are a lot of people who have very firm ideas of and about how the characters' lives should go, and who they should end up with, and how everything should be tied up at the end. And so that was a little tricky, because I think the relationship between the reader and the writer is so very entwined, and it's really important. And of course, you as an author don't want to disappoint those who read your books. But there's a cat here.
they are cat persons. I like cat
This
persons.
is Ego.
Okay.
So, on that note,